These are the latest developments in the story of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, and there is a lot happening here. An efficient nobody predicted, a speech that left a room full of NFL players frozen in their seats, Selena Gomez showing up and delivering completely, and Blake Lively shut out of the whole thing with the friendship now confirmed dead. Every section of this wedding came with its own chaos, and we are walking through all of it. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce chose Madison Square Garden, one of the most recognized arenas on the planet, as the place they got married on July 3rd. And if that sentence alone does not set the tone for everything that follows, nothing will. Eyewitnesses described the interior as Alice in Wonderland meets Wizard of Oz, with a greenhouse structure built directly inside the venue and an actual garden installed to welcome guests as they arrived. Zero Bond, reportedly one of Taylor's favorite spots in New York City, handled the catering, and fans who had spent hours waiting outside the venue were given pastries from what remained on the dessert table after the event wrapped. That last detail says something about how the night was run. Before getting into who showed up and what went down inside, there is something worth putting on the table first. A full professional camera crew operated inside Madison Square Garden that night, and signs posted throughout the venue warned guests explicitly that the event would be filmed. Streaming platforms had reportedly offered Taylor millions of dollars to broadcast the wedding live, an offer she declined, and the working theory is that the footage is being held back for something on a much larger scale, with a Netflix special being the most repeated guess. Nothing has been confirmed, but you do not hire a full production crew and post warning signs for a home video. Walking down the aisle to one of her own songs played on strings, wearing a custom Christian Dior gown designed by Jonathan Anderson, Taylor made her entrance while Jason and Kylie Kelce's kids scattered flower petals ahead of her, which is one of those details that sounds almost too cinematic to be real. And then there is the efficient, because that might be the single detail from this entire wedding that the internet cannot stop discussing. Adam Sandler married Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. The connection traces back to Happy Gilmore 2 in 2025, where Travis appeared alongside Sandler, and what grew out of that turned into close enough a friendship that Sandler stood at the front of Madison Square Garden and performed a ceremony guests described as funny, heartfelt, vulnerable, and deeply loving all at once. Donna Kelce, Travis's mother, called the night magical, and Taylor's mother, Andrea, wrapped the ceremony by inviting everyone downstairs to the main floor. No traditional maid of honor stood at Taylor's side, but her longtime best friend Abigail attended and appeared alongside other members of Taylor's inner circle in what looked like coordinated bridesmaid attire. One of the biggest storylines to come out of this wedding has nothing to do with the ceremony itself, because what Selena Gomez showing up here actually means requires a little context. Last month, Selena was spotted at a Knicks game, in a moment some people read as a subtle dig at Taylor. But whatever tension existed between them, none of it made it to Madison Square Garden. Selena arrived in a gold-beaded gown, her husband Benny Blanco beside her in a black tuxedo, and by every account she looked stunning and completely appropriate for the occasion. Benny's presence at this wedding is genuinely notable on its own, because Benny Blanco does not travel. He does not fly. Getting him to New York City for any reason at all qualifies as news. And the fact that he made the trip for this is the kind of thing his fans are pointing out loudly. What makes the whole thing feel especially full circle is that Travis Kelce could not attend Selena's wedding back in September 2025, held back by football season. And yet, here was Selena, husband in tow, returning the gesture. Buried inside all of this is a fashion detail that deserves more attention than it has received. At Selena's rehearsal dinner in September, Taylor showed up in a black, strapless fit and flare dress. Then, at Taylor's own rehearsal dinner, Selena arrived in an Oscar de la Renta gown, also black, also strapless, also fit and flare. These two women, independently, wore nearly identical silhouettes to each other's pre-wedding dinners, and whether that was coordinated or coincidental, it is genuinely one of the more endearing things to come out of this entire wedding week. The guest list tells one story through who attended, but it tells a different and arguably more revealing story through who did not. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were not at this wedding, and a source close to the situation made clear that their absence was not an oversight or a scheduling conflict. Taylor, the source explained, is in a different place now and wants people around her who bring peace and who she actually trusts, and Blake did not make that cut. The same source acknowledged that the two were once genuinely close, but framed the friendship as finished from Taylor's perspective. Getting to this point required a chain of events that started accumulating in early 2025, when Justin Baldoni filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist, and the text messages that surfaced through those proceedings changed things in a way that could not be walked back. In those messages, Blake referred to Taylor as one of her dragons, writing that she keeps a few of them around and that they protect the people she fights for, then calling them gorgeous monsters. Taylor apparently texted Blake directly at some point to say that everything between them felt like a corporate email exchange, hollow and constructed. And that sentiment turned out to be the quieter version of what was coming. The legal side escalated with a threat to release 10 years of private messages between the two women, a move Taylor's lawyers ultimately navigated her out of after she was issued a subpoena to appear in court as a witness. Sources describe the breakdown as cumulative rather than explosive, one thing stacking on top of another until, by the time Taylor sat down to finalize the wedding guest list, the answer about Blake Lively had already been settled for a while. Blake had reportedly been holding out hope for a last-minute invitation. That invitation never arrived. Everything else at this wedding, the venue, the officiant, the guest list drama, all of it has been eclipsed in the days since by a single speech. Lena Dunham, who built a close friendship with Taylor through her years-long connection to producer Jack Antonoff, took the microphone at the reception and delivered a line that landed like a grenade in a very specific room. Surrounded by professional NFL players, coaches, and people whose entire professional lives revolve around American football, Dunham told the crowd that American football is just straight guys reenacting gay porn. The room gasped, then laughed, and then Taylor Swift turned to Dunham and called her a genius. That is the complete arc of that moment. Dunham dropped that line directly into the center of Travis Kelce's football world, and the woman being honored at the wedding responded by declaring her brilliant. Whether the NFL contingent seated around the room shared that assessment remains unclear, but Taylor's reaction closes the loop on how the speech was received by the person who mattered most. Dunham arrived as a comedian and as one of Taylor's closest friends, and she performed exactly as expected. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are married. The ceremony happened at Madison Square Garden on July 3rd, officiated by Adam Sandler, with decor eyewitnesses described as Alice in Wonderland meets Wizard of Oz, a full production crew filming everything, and a guest list that told its own story through both its inclusions and its exclusions. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco were there. The full circle dynamic between Taylor and Selena played out in real time, and the nearly matching rehearsal dinner dresses the two wore to each other's pre-wedding events became one of the sweeter details of the whole week. Blake Lively was not there. The sources who spoke about it confirmed the friendship is over, and the Justin Baldoni lawsuit appears to be the thread that unraveled whatever remained of that relationship. Lena Dunham gave a speech that made a room full of football people gasp and made Taylor Swift beam. No footage has been released, but a full crew was on the ground with signed warnings posted for guests, and something is coming. When it does, it will be everywhere. This is everything confirmed so far about one of the most discussed events of the year.